and sistren of this digital pantheon, as I unfurl before your cerebrally inclined sensibilities a dialectical labyrinth of Herculean proportions, the exegesis of Hasanabi, and the attrition of his audience.
Your community will be dissatisfied. I don't give a when have I. Yeah, this is to think I'm like audience captured or whatever because you're a moron who doesn't understand that there have been a million different instances where I've openly, firmly planted my feet on the ground and been directly at odds with numerous members of this community. I'm stubborn to a fault. That's why half the people become haters, because they find me to be they literally look to something that they truly believe, and they look to me to agree with them. And when I don't, their brains break and they can't be like, okay, well, we disagree with this, but it doesn't really matter. Half of the haters that feed into the Hasanabi hater complex come from issues exactly like this one, whether it be my anger and resentment towards cryptocurrencies, my anger and resentment towards NFTs. Many people are like, no, I believe this. And I actually hate that Hasanabi doesn't believe this. So now it's my life's mission to hate him. They don't have the capacity to be like, yeah, maybe we don't agree on this. And maybe I'll just wait this out and see where it goes. Okay? But the notion that like I would be audience captured is so stupid, especially considering everything that I advocate for and everything that I talk about. There isn't a massive, vibrant audience desperately looking for someone to repeat to them the things that they already believe. Or maybe you think that there are, actively at any given moment, 30,000 card-carrying Marxist-Leninists that were always waiting for someone to, I don't know, advocate for these kinds of values, and they all just happen to find this community. Yeah. I lost 30% of my audience after October 7 for not doing that, for not being at the whims of my audience. If I was so audience captured, I would have shied away. Schizo, or simply the fact that you describe people at odds with you as an inbred right-winger. Well, considering your name is Schizo, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you might be a fucking inbred right-winger. And that's probably why it hurts. Because the truth hurts a lot more than just, someone randomly calling you a thing that you're not. Should I go fly my drone right now? No, you won't be able to, see? Because the batteries die.
There's no way the batteries are. It's fully charged.
There's zero. It won't let me.
This is no jejune tale of inconsequential metrics, but a profound dialectic that interrogates the interplay between authenticity and audience expectations. The collision of immutable belief with the mercurial whims of a viewership increasingly calcified in its ideological fixations. As we embark on this rhetorical odyssey, gird yourselves for a maelstrom of polysyllabic verbosity, wherein every word is a weapon, every phrase a battleground, and every paragraph a monument to the complexity of human interaction in the digital age. Primum movens, let us orient ourselves amidst the cacophony of discursive fragments that constitute the core of this conundrum. Hasanabi, the oratorical bellwether of online leftist praxis, has found himself ensnared within a paradoxical vortex. On one hand, he is heralded as a paragon of principled discourse, unwavering in his ideological commitments. On the other, he is assailed by detractors whose disillusionment is rooted in his refusal to conform to their preconceived paradigms. The audience, this amorphous collective of digital interlocutors, exists as both participant and antagonist in this narrative. Many arrive at Hasanabi's agora with the expectation of ideological affirmation, seeking not a dialectical exchange, but an echo chamber wherein their beliefs might reverberate unchallenged. When confronted with the dissonance of disagreement, these individuals experience a cognitive rupture, a fracturing of the epistemological scaffolding upon which their worldview rests. Hasanabi, ever the rhetorical gladiator, does not shy away from these moments of conflict. Indeed, he plants his proverbial flag in the terrain of unflinching authenticity, refusing to capitulate to the capricious demands of his audience. This resolute stance, though laudable, exacts a toll, for it is within the crucible of such confrontations that the seeds of viewer attrition are sown. The phenomenon of audience exodus, while ostensibly a metric of decline, is in fact a testament to Hasanabi's ideological steadfastness. To forsake audience capture, a pernicious dynamic wherein creators contort themselves to align with their viewers' expectations, is to embrace the perilous path of principled independence. Hasanabi's willingness to traverse this path, even at the cost of a substantial portion of his audience, speaks to the integrity of his praxis. Yet, the critique leveled against him is not without its intricacies. Among his detractors are those who interpret his ideological rigidity as a form of exclusionary gatekeeping, a refusal to engage with perspectives that deviate from his own. This critique, while rooted in genuine frustration, fails to account for the broader dialectical context in which Hasanabi operates. His rejection of certain ideological positions, be they the speculative excesses of cryptocurrency or the vacuous allure of NFTs, is not an act of capricious dismissal, but a principled repudiation informed by material analysis. The schism between Hasanabi and segments of his audience is emblematic of a broader tension within contemporary discourse. The dissonance between the desire for authenticity and the demand for conformity. In navigating this tension, Hasanabi occupies a precarious position, striving to balance the imperatives of ideological consistency with the realities of audience engagement. To dismiss his detractors as mere reactionaries or malcontents is to oversimplify the dynamics at play. Many who part ways with Hasanabi do so not out of spite, but from a place of profound disappointment, their disillusionment rooted in the perceived betrayal of their expectations. Yet herein lies the paradox. The very authenticity they once revered becomes the source of their estrangement when it conflicts with their own beliefs. Hasanabi's reflections upon this phenomenon are imbued with a mixture of defiance and introspection. He acknowledges the inevitability of viewer attrition as an occupational hazard of principled discourse, yet he remains resolute in his commitment to authenticity. This tension between self-preservation and ideological integrity is a defining feature of his praxis, a dialectical interplay that shapes both his content and his community. The implications of this phenomenon extend beyond the confines of Hasanabi's platform. They speak to the broader challenges faced by public figures in an era of hypervisibility, where every statement is scrutinized, every action dissected, and every deviation from expectation met with disproportionate backlash. To navigate this landscape is to engage in a perpetual balancing act, a tightrope walk across the chasm of public opinion. Hasanabi's approach to this balancing act is characterized by a steadfast refusal to compromise his principles, even in the face of substantial viewer attrition. This refusal, while admirable, is not without its costs. The attrition of 30% of his audience following a contentious political event underscores the fragility of digital communities and the volatility of audience loyalty. Yet, this loss is not a failure, but a testament to Hasanabi's commitment to his principles. It is a reminder that the pursuit of authenticity often entails sacrifice, that the path of principled independence is seldom the path of least resistance. Hasanabi's willingness to endure these sacrifices speaks to the strength of his convictions and his unwavering belief in the transformative power of honest discourse. In summation, Hasanabi's reflections on viewer attrition offer a profound meditation on the complexities of authenticity in the digital age. His willingness to prioritize ideological consistency over audience retention serves as a model for principled discourse, a reminder that the pursuit of truth often entails confronting uncomfortable realities. Through his steadfastness, Hasanabi exemplifies the power of authenticity in an era defined by performative conformity, challenging both himself and his audience to engage with the complexities of contemporary discourse in pursuit of a more just and equitable world. Let this essay stand as a monument to the intricacies of digital engagement, a testament to the enduring relevance of principled independence, and a call to action for those who seek to navigate the labyrinth of public discourse with integrity and resolve.